Persians are on a mission. Break through the wall of Greek soldiers, march to Athens, and burn the city to the ground.
Exactly what happens next is up for debate. Every historian has his theory of what went down at Marathon and why. And that's because we only have one real source, the Greek historian Herodotus.
The problem is that Herodotus is more like the world's first blogger than an objective historian. He blends events, myths, anecdotes, hearsay into this great story, but nobody in their right mind believes it's all true. So who attacked who first at Marathon and why? Well, from the Athenian position, there's no need to attack anyone.
But Datis, the Persian commander, is itching for a fight. After the failed missile attack, there's only one thing for him to do.
All that's left is a frontal assault. You're going to have to mix it up head-on, one-on-one.
10,000 Persian light infantrymen charge across the Marathon plain. Waiting for them is the Athenian phalanx, a bronze wall of spears and shields. More than 1 million pounds of flesh and bone collide. Helping the Athenians create this wall is the hoplon shield.
The Greek shield, known as the hoplon, is more than just a glorified garbage can lid. It's a revolutionary innovation in warfare.
The hoplon is a large, circular, bowl-shaped shield made of wood and faced with bronze. It can withstand arrows and punishing sword blows without splintering. But what makes it truly remarkable is what's called an Argive grip. The soldier passes his arm through a leather loop in the middle of the shield and holds onto a handle near the rim.
And why this is important is it gives you very good control, much more force with the shield, whereas the old tether grip in the center wouldn't allow you to produce a lot of force with it.
The Athenians stop the crushing charge. Now they go on the offensive. The Athenians' primary weapon is the heavy ashwood spear called the dory. 7 feet long, tipped with sharpened iron, the dory can smash through shields and armor. This spear is not thrown. It's used to stab the enemy with a gruesome thrust. In the 6th century BC, most Athenian warriors wear lightweight lamellar armor, made of bonded strips of linen and leather. Some, however, wear heavy, rigid cuirasses, bronze plates sculpted to look like a muscular torso. Bronze helmets with distinctive horsehair plumes protect their heads, while greaves protect their lower legs. In full battle gear, the hoplites are armored head to toe.
The problem for the Persians at Marathon is they're up against a determined Athenian phalanx that doesn't scatter during the arrow barrage. The Persian light infantry also doesn't have their usual cavalry support. So it's just sickle swords and wicker shields against a bronze wall of Athenians.
The Persian commander Datis sends in wave after wave of light infantry assaults. Each time, however, they impale themselves on the solid Athenian wall of spears. The Persians are unrelenting. Defeat is not an option.
The issue of imperial prestige is at stake. I mean, what in all hell's name could possibly have motivated this pipsqueak of a nation, this backwater, to insult the largest empire on earth?
For the Persians, Marathon is about more than just a broken treaty. It's also punishment for Athens' support of a revolution against Persia 10 years earlier in nearby Ionia. Once an Athenian Greek colony, Ionia was absorbed as a province by the Persian Empire in 540 BC. But 40 years later, in 500 BC, a local tyrant incited a revolution. The people of Ionia then asked Athens for help.
Athens was seen by her colonies as the kind of the mother country. And my guess, Athens considered herself the mother country. And so when her colonies asked for help, she sent troops. It was a mistake of the first order, to be sure, but that's probably what motivated. Certainly it could not possibly be justified on the grounds of rational self-interest.
The Athenians were joined by a force from Eritrea in nearby Euboea. They sailed across the Aegean to Ionia and stormed the capital of Sardis. It is another Athenian slap in the face the Persians will never forget. 500 BC, 10 years before the Battle of Marathon, the Ionian revolt has begun. Several Greek contingents, including Athenians, attacked Persian-controlled Sardis, the Ionian capital, and burned the city to the ground. To make matters worse for Persia, at the same time they are fighting wars in India, Egypt, and Scythia.
The Ionian rebels score a major blow, but the victory is short-lived. The Persians increase their force levels and begin to suppress the Ionian revolt.
The Athenians, knowing that discussion was the better part of valor, went home, as did the Euboeans. And the Ionian revolt simmered on and off for the next 5 years until it finally simmered out. It flared out, and Persia recaptured the Ionian coast.